Much for waiting, guys. Appreciate you. Hi. Hi. Oh my gosh.
How are you feeling?
What a night. What a night. It's a little bit surreal. I was a journalist, a talk show host some 5, 6 weeks ago, and now I have the honor of representing Toronto Centre. And I'll tell you, what a campaign. But you don't do something like this without an amazing team. This team has been the light of my life in these weeks. They have stood up, they have shown me, they have led me down the right path, they've been beside me for everything. And the volunteers that came out to contact and connect with people during a pandemic was hard to do. The phone calls that were made, the virtual calls that were made, the physically distanced meetings in the street. It has been unbelievable. But I have to say this, the people of Toronto Centre have given me a mandate. There's a lot that they want, there's a lot they're looking for. They were honest, the conversations were amazing. And I have to say to the young people, and I met a lot of them through these weeks, who said, we don't see ourselves, who said there are goals, but we're not sure we're gonna get there. I want to tell all of them to a person, I will not leave them behind. You're looking at the daughter of immigrants who landed in St. Jamestown in the late 60s, hoping to give their kids a chance. And here I stand. And if I can stand here, so can they. They will not be left behind. So thank you. It's time to get down to work. Let's go, Toronto Centre. Let's go.
Marci? What's the first order of business?
Oh my gosh, getting sworn in, I guess. Getting sworn in, I guess it would be, I'm elect right now. I'm the MP-elect. So getting sworn in and then continuing to take care of the people of this riding during this pandemic. We know we're in a second wave. We know that people need help. We're going to continue to do that. We also know that winter's coming. We know that too. And we know that we've got people that are in the streets right now, and we know that they need help. We know that families continue to reach out. Our government has been there and will continue to do that. But right now it's getting sworn in, rolling up my sleeves, and serving the constituents of Toronto Centre.
I want to ask you about the voter turnout. It's something that Paul touched on as well. During the general election, that was about over 60% tonight. We're just at 21%. Are you disappointed that more people didn't come out?
Not at all. Not at all. Our advanced polling was positive. We saw those numbers and thought, okay, this is great. And I have to say, there was no way that we wanted to leave the chair empty in Toronto Centre. We're in a time where this riding needs an ally, this riding needs an advocate. This riding has spoken tonight and said it's going to be me. So there was no way that, we were on board with leaving this seat empty. As well, we know, as a reporter, I know that general elections usually they do have a far greater turnout than by-elections, period. So, not going to get into the numbers. What I am going to say is thank you very much to the people of Toronto Centre for believing in me.
I know you just got off the phone with Paul. What was that discussion like?
I haven't, we tried, Enemy. We tried. I know she's busy right now. We tried her. I will try back. We've left a message, so still waiting to connect, but hope to do so.
What did her through us? What would you say to her?
Oh my gosh, thank you for a great race. Thank you for a great race. When Anna became the leader of the Green Party, I reached out right away and said, you've made history, and that is amazing, and wishing you all the best. But thank you for a race that was fought to the finish, frankly, but thank you for a respectful race.
Have you talked to anyone else yet tonight?
Besides Blaze, I've talked to my family. My family has held me down. My dad, my mom, and I hadn't said this publicly, but literally a day before we started, my mom had a stroke, and she has been unwell. But through it all, has given me the strength to carry on. So spoke to her tonight, spoke to my nieces, spoke to my sisters on the social who were watching tonight, and family, friends was it for me. They have held me up. They have been there for me, and I love them dearly.
In terms of an issue that you want dealt with first in this riding, what would you say that would be number one?
Housing. And I say housing because hand in hand, housing goes with homelessness. And so that's one, too, right there. And when I say housing, it's affordable housing as well. And so those are the issues. If you can say one, it's really three or two or three that I've named, but those are them right there.
So you haven't talked to the Prime Minister just yet?
I have. Did I forget him?
Yeah.
I have. Prime Minister Trudeau called me when I was on my way down. He said congratulations. He said that he cannot wait to work together. And he said thank you for answering the call. Yeah.
How do you feel?
I am overjoyed. I am grateful. I am ready to work. Now the real work starts. Now the real work starts. And I have said to everybody that I have met through these weeks, please hold me accountable. I want to have an open door policy, an office that people know that they can come in, that they can get in touch with me, they can email me. I want them to know that I'm here for them. I'm here to serve this constituency, and that is important to me, and I want them to know that I'm here, that I'm here.
What do you say to the people and the business owners in Toronto and in your riding who feel like they've been left behind in this pandemic, like they're not getting the support?
You know what? It's so interesting you say that, because I've heard the opposite, and it's the one thing that I've talked about, that when this riding, the bedrock of this riding is small business. And when I've talked to so many of them throughout, so many of them have talked about the wage subsidy and said, we needed this. Thank you for this. Please keep going. And the worry, if there was a worry, was, can it keep going? You know, is it going to stop? What's going to happen now that we're in the second wave? And it's not that so many of them said, listen, we're doing great business right now, but so many to a person said, if we didn't have the wage subsidy, we would have had to lay off. At least we can keep some staff right now. At least we can keep going. And so that's what I've been hearing.
Do you see yourself ever getting on the other side of the
Oh my gosh, if you had asked me a year ago, 6 months ago, would you be here right now? I would have said, absolutely not. So it's interesting how life works. But, you know, the fact of the matter is, I had a microphone where I was able to speak about issues. I was able to speak about my life in the country. I was born in the country I love as a black woman, the challenges. And I was able to say, I want more. We need more. We need more women in politics. We need diversity at the table. And when I spoke those words, a lot of people reached out and they said, please keep talking. Please keep speaking up, not just for you, but for us. And when this came along, this riding and that I was born in, I thought, okay, you know what? It's time to match those words with action. And that's what this is. And that's why this run started, and here we are.
I'm guessing this is your baby next to you?
This is my 16-year-old. I've got a 9-year-old sleeping at home. But this is my 16-year-old.
What does it say to your kids, the immigrant success story?
You know what it is, but there's so much more. You know, you want to say something, Blazy? Shall I put you on the spot? She's asking, what does it say to you? Do you want to take your are you okay to speak?
I think so. It's just amazing. These past, 36 days, I can't even keep track. To see my mom completely transform from her job as sitting as a co-host to now running an election, it's completely different. It's been crazy for all of us. And for her to be able to do that and then still be a mom, like she's still making us dinner and she's still like helping with homework and she's still listening to me to complain about all my school assignments. So that's incredible. I couldn't imagine anyone else being able to do it.
I love you, Blazy.
Love you, Mom.
You hold me up every day, girl. You do. Every day. Every day. Thank you. Thanks, guys.
How do you spell your name?
It is BLAIZE.
Okay, and is it Blaze?
It's Blaze. Like fire?
Blazy.
It's Blaze, but I say Blazy all the time.
Yeah.
But it's
Okay,
Blaze.
perfect.
It's BLAIZE, and her last name is Exeter. EXETER.
Great. Thank you.
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thanks.
EXETER?
EXE, T is in Tom, ER is in Robert.
BLAIZE.
Yes. Yes. Welcome.
Congratulations, Marci.
Thank you so much. And thank you for being here. My gosh, you're my colleagues, let alone it's but thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate all of you. I do. Thanks for sharing my story, sharing our story, and to be continued, the story of Toronto Centre. in the weeks and months and hopefully years ahead. So thank you so much for coming out. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, all.
Thank you.